Amanda here, bringing you into our life at Hotel Moro. Today I'm going to share with you how we turned a room packed with old suitcases into a space for our 10-year-old daughter. Don't forget to subscribe. It's totally free to do so and you can change your mind at any time. Also, hit the bell if you'd like to be notified every time our videos are posted, which should be every Tuesday. When we bought this hotel, this room, room 217, was packed full of suitcases and a lot of random stuff. It felt kind of gross, and I had had more than one person describe this room as creepy. The walls were pretty grimy, and even with 2 windows, it still felt pretty dark. Once we got everything moved out, we decided we'd try our hand at refinishing floors. We thought it would be a simple project. We rented the equipment and bought all the supplies and thought it'd probably take us a couple of days to finish 4 rooms. Little did we know how long it would take us to sand each room. We ended up getting 3 rooms fully sanded, but it took us almost a day on each room. Once the sanding was done, it was time to start staining, and I did something I never do. I made a quick decision. I bought a whole gallon of stain and I just started staining. I didn't test a patch, I didn't do any of that, I just started staining. I had used it on wooden signs before, but I didn't know what it was going to look like once applied to the floors. I'm in here staining floors, and so we sanded. It's all looking pretty good, but ooh, I think the color is gonna look really good with our moldings that are original. Super exciting. We lucked out and it matched the trim perfectly. I just got on my hands and knees and I stained them all with a rag. And then once that was set, we added a few layers of top coat and let the floors cure. I really love how the floors turned out. They've been brought back to life, but they still show the patina and character of 100 years of use. Once the floors were cured, then we decided it was time for paint. So we picked filmy green. I thought it would look really nice in her room. And we painted a couple of coats on the ceiling and on the walls. It was actually remarkably close to the paint color the walls had been most recently painted. But the fresh paint made it feel so much cleaner. We were finally ready to move our furniture into the new space. When we bought the hotel, one of the first things that we did was allow the kids to go through the whole building and pick out any furniture that they would want for their future rooms. This was super exciting for them because in the previous house, all 4 kids had been sharing one bedroom. They were super excited about this. Getting their own rooms is one of the things they've most looked forward to. Her bed, the desk, the dresser, and her chair all came from various places around the hotel. The only thing we brought in from the previous house was the bookshelf, and it was something that they had had in their bedroom. I think one of the biggest purchases for her new room was a new mattress, since we had to upgrade her from a twin to a full. This girl loves plants, so I gave her a couple from my collection that she could add to her room. We also hung her guitar next to her bed so that it was easier for her to access, but harder for her toddler brother to get his hands on. She did a great job helping. She sorted through all of her books and ended up grouping them by series, I believe, so that she could find the books that she wanted a little bit easier when she goes to read. I feel like I know pretty well what she likes, so I actually ended up going and buying all of her bedding without her even knowing. It was kind of like a surprise for her. The comforter and sheets ended up coming from Ross Dress for Less. I was really hesitant to buy her white bedding, but I got a really, really good deal on it, so I figured if it does end up stained, it isn't that expensive to replace it if we need to. The accent pillows and throw blanket all came from Amazon. We spent less than like $75 for her whole bed set, even though we kind of like piecemealed it together. So for less than $75, she had a bed that really fit her personality. One thing that you'll notice that we've been using in pretty much every room are these curtain rods. We found them at Home Depot, and they're like an industrial pipe looking curtain rod, but they're super sturdy and they hold up really well to the really heavy blackout insulating curtains that we like to use. We have still not fixed the inside space behind those two doors that you see in there. One is an old toilet and the other is an old shower. We figure once she's done using the space as a bedroom, we'll probably fix those up and use them for something. But she doesn't really need a closet. The few things that she does hang up, she just has some hooks behind her door that she uses. This room is not the original room that she picked, but the other room needs so much more work on the floor that we just had to have her pick a different room until the other room is able to be done. It's going to take a lot more work to get the floor ready, and so probably next summer is what we're thinking. The only thing I really feel like this room is missing at this point is maybe some artwork on the walls, maybe something above her bed. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. I'm always on the hunt for good deals on artwork. I don't like spending a ton of money on things that we like to switch out. Well, I think that about covers it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're looking to stay connected, please sign up for our newsletter. In it, you'll find weekly updates, sneak peeks, behind the scenes info, family life, and so much more. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like if you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next week.